Yep. Coming up, we've got Cannabis Keenan in studio as we go over the awesome Lifetime original movie, Deadly Adoption. Run the theme.
If you want a movie review, look no further than these dudes. You got Reel Buzzed Robb on the mic, you got Cannabis Keenan, he's alright. Caitlin is giving all she can give, and Calvin doesn't even know where he is. This is Reel Buzzed Takes with the Reel Buzzed crew.
Welcome to another edition of Reel Buzzed Takes. We are the Reel Buzzed 2. I am Reel Buzzed Robb.
You sandbagging son of a bitch.
And to my left, we have Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Cannibal, a.k.a. Cannabis Keenan, a.k.a. Keenan the Barbarian, Keenan Robertson.
All right. Bunk beds.
I got dibs on top.
Okay.
What's that from? I feel like I've heard that.
Black Sheep.
Okay, yeah.
Spade's
David
perfect.
Spade, yeah.
Okay.
I want to see Black Sheep again. Tommy Boy gets all the love, but I saw Black Sheep first as a kid, and I loved it, but I've never seen it since.
Tommy Boy's substantially better.
I've seen Tommy Boy 25 times now.
I've seen it 125 times. And it's amazing how well that movie stands the test of time, because that was back when you could make PG-13 comedies that were actually funny.
Yeah.
Now it's the age of like Apatow, and it's people want rated R, like 40-year-old virgin raunchy.
Yeah, it's really not raunchy at all.
No, it's very. It's like you could show it to a 10-year-old and be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
they wouldn't get all the jokes.
Yeah,
but
no.
yeah.
I remember watching it later in life and being like, I totally didn't get that joke when I was a kid.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies like that.
Yeah, like when he was asking me his favorite Little Rascal, Alfalfa, or Spanky. When I was a kid, I just thought, oh, Spanky's a funny name. It's like, oh no, it's a jerk-off joke.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a pretty girl down there. I wonder if she dates one of the Yankees. Anyways, the movie we are reviewing today
Not that one.
is not that one. We should do that one sometime. That would be a quote fest.
Quote, yeah.
Deadly Adoption. Release date was June 20th, 2015. Director was Rachel Lee Goldenberg. Definitely Jewish. I mean, Goldenberg's like the most Jewish last name I think I've ever heard. Adam McKay produced this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, which I saw in the credits. I thought, oh, of course.
Yeah, that
makes sense.
That makes sense.
Before this, Rachel Lee Goldenberg is known for directing a lot of sketch comedy shorts. Like, there's a ton of shorts. It just said, like, a title of something strange and short. So, nothing I'd never heard of. And then her first feature was called Escape from Polygamy, which sounds like a Lifetime movie.
It does. Escape from Polygamy?
I don't think it was. But after this, she's known for directing episodes of Divorce, that HBO series with Thomas Hayden Church and Sarah Jessica Parker. I just realized both of them used their full name, like all three.
3 names. Yeah, that's true.
It's just a
Maybe
lot.
that's why they cast them like that.
Maybe that's just a lot to say. Like it's starring Sarah Jessica Parker and Thomas Hayden Church. It's just Sarah Parker, Tom Church.
Sarah Parker and Tom Church. Kind of like Tom Church.
Yeah, Tom Church is a great name.
Yeah, good name.
Also directed episodes of Man Seeking Woman and that USA show with Lionel Richie's daughter Angie Tribeca.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, what's her name? Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones.
That's not Lionel Richie. That's Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones.
Daughter. Yeah.
That's
Lionel Richie's daughter is Nicole Richie. That's what was tripping me up.
Yeah, but that's probably a little fucked up of me. Yeah, sorry. I meant, yeah, my bad. Also directed Valley Girl, a feature film, and then a feature coming up called Unpregnant.
Oh.
Also kind of sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Unpregnant. Sounds like Bridget in this movie.
Yeah,
you know?
It does.
Pregnant, not pregnant.
Moving on to cast. We had Will Ferrell as Robert Benson.
Yay.
Kristen Wiig as Sarah Benson.
Yes.
And Jessica Londes, L-O-W-N-D-E-S. Londes?
L-O-W, say it.
L-O-W-N-D-E-S. Londes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Lounds. As Bridget Gibson, a.k.a. Walmart Megan Fox with the Shailene Woodley's voice.
A.k.a. Joni's got a gun.
Joni's got a gun. Will Ferrell. We already did him on a prior pod like 2 ago, so I'm going to go with the 5 fun facts.
5 fun facts.
5 fun facts from Reel Buzzed Robb. His father was the keyboard player in the Righteous Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That is. That's, dare I say, righteous.
It is. He has 3 sons named Magnus, Matthias, and Axel. His wife is Swedish. That's why the names are weird.
Well, okay, that's fair. I'll allow it.
At first, I was like, why do you name him all these weird fucking names?
It really bothers me when, and I don't know why, but when parents, like, they have 3 kids and 2 of the 3 have, like, M's, and then the third has an A.
It's like they didn't fully commit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it seemed like you guys were doing a thing there, but then you stopped for fucking Axel.
Should have been, yeah. Well, maybe Axel was first and they switched to M's. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't know.
Maybe they just wanted a pair, like an M&M thing, so they can say, you know,
Oh, ma'am.
little M&Ms.
Yeah, ma'am.
Oh, ma'am, there you go.
There you go. He was the varsity kicker for his high school football team and still holds the record for most field goals made in a season.
Will Ferrell, huh?
He was an athlete in high school.
All right. I know he's into football. He likes the Trojans.
So he was actually, during his SNL audition, it was between he and Steve Carell for a spot on the cast, and he beat out Steve Carell, which, I mean, worked out. Steve's doing fine.
Yeah, he's doing just fine.
And then number 5, he played the son of 2 different members. Sorry. He played the son of 2 different cast members of The Godfather in different movies. Can you name them?
Oh, shit. Fuck. He was the son. Yeah, it's, fuck.
Which movie are you thinking of?
It's not the right one that I'm thinking of. Shit.
One was Elf.
That's the one that I was trying to think of. Elf. Was the other one Wedding Crashers?
No. Elf.
Or, Old School?
No.
Okay.
So in Elf, James Caan played his father.
Right.
And then in Kicking and Screaming, Robert Duvall played his father.
Yeah, and I've seen both of those movies. Well, anyway, fuck it.
Yeah, but that was pretty cool. So
that is pretty cool.
He's been the son of the consigliere, and then the older brother who gets killed. I can't remember. Sonny
yeah.
Corleone.
Yeah, he would have been the next in line, but he was a little hot-headed anyway.
Oh, definitely. He would not. Yeah, no, he would not have made a good Don.
I think James Caan, fun fact, has won Italian American of the Year like 7 times, and he's not Italian
at all.
Yeah,
he's like Polish or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but he's great at acting Italian.
He is. He really is.
He's a fantastic Italian person who's not Italian.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig.
Before this, known for SNL, Knocked Up, Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story, Semi-Pro, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Date Night, Bridesmaids, and The Skeleton Twins. After this, known for The Mashin, Sausage Party, Ghostbusters, and Downsizing. That was that movie with Fat Damon that I didn't watch.
Oh yeah, it looked like it would be real funny, but then I heard the reviews were like it's super serious and it's not funny at all.
I don't want to see that.
I don't either. Yeah, and I don't appreciate when movies build themselves as comedies and then you go and see them and it's like, man, that just wasn't funny at all.
That definitely sometimes when they get on the cutting room floor of the edit and they see the first edit and they're like, oh shit. No one's going to watch this if we bill it as what it is. We have to bill it as something else so people will go to see it so we actually, recoup some of our money.
Yeah, it's got Fat Damon and Kristen Wiig. Well, it actually had real Matt Damon.
We could actually like same Fat Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Matt Damon, Kristen Wiig, and it sounds like a comedy. They shrink down to smaller people so they can not use as many resources. Like, that sounds wacky.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, but it's turned serious. Like, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
So I guess technically that's the second movie she's been in with Matt Damon because she was in The Mashin.
The Mashin. I never saw that either.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was a little over Matt Damon at the time, so.
Hot take, Matt Damon, overrated.
Yeah, I mean,
his early stuff is better than his newer stuff, in my opinion. Like Rounders Matt Damon, peak Matt Damon.
Yeah, good
Good Will
Matt Damon.
Hunting Matt Damon, peak Matt Damon. The Martian Matt Damon,
I like Jason Bourne Matt Damon too.
I'm not, yeah.
But not the fourth one that he came back and did, which was the 5th Bourne movie.
I'm telling you, man, those movies are so fucking similar, I get them confused. I'm like, what happened? It's kind of all the same movie packaged differently.
Yeah, packaged differently.
Pamela Landy.
Pam Landy. Pam Landy.
Funny name.
Funny name.
Poor name.
Landy Strip.
Jessica Lowndes. Lawns? I don't know.
I purposefully didn't look her up. But I
good.
wanted to see what she was in, but
before this, she was in, well, you're not going to recognize hardly anything.
I didn't think I would.
The Haunting of Molly Hartley. The Devil's Carnival. She was a regular on the cast of the reboot of 90210. She's been in episodes of Hawaii Five-0, Young and Hungry, and Motive.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep, never seen her in anything.
After this, known for lots of B TV movies that I didn't recognize and I didn't feel like typing because there's a lot of them and I'd be like, what?
She's found her spot.
Where do you watch these movies? I've never heard of them.
Probably Lifetime and Hallmark.
Likely. Are those like, Are those like sister companies?
I would assume so. I kept thinking it was Hallmark movie, but it's actually a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
I think Hallmark does more Christmas shit, though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, Christmas shit. I think that's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
It's almost like Hallmark's the Lifetime holiday channel.
So it's funny you say that. I watched this movie for free on Pluto TV.
I watched it for free on Tubi. So if you guys want to watch this and then listen to this again, or stop now, watch, and come back and listen, download the app Tubi. Lots of great free content. You do have to watch some ads, but it's totally worth it.
Same thing with Pluto. Had to watch some ads. Kind of hard to find. They don't have a search feature when I was scrolling through their movies.
Tubi absolutely has a search feature.
Yeah, it was pissing me off. But anyway, Pluto has all these weird channels. That's like they have a Survivor channel that just plays old seasons of Survivor all day, every day.
That's
Amazing Race.
stupid.
They have a Hallmark movie channel too, or Christmas movie channel throughout the year that will play Hallmark Christmas movies. Which it's like, who is this for? Fucking watching it in May.
More people than you might think.
Jingle all the merry.
Yeah, people are stupid.
Anyway, old ladies probably, I think.
I guess. Moving on to net worth.
Dope chains.
We've done Will Ferrell, but I don't think you were on that ep.
I wasn't.
So we can do it again.
All right. I will guess. God, he's got to be worth some money.
He's got some dough.
250 million.
He's got some fazools.
Fazoo.
100 million.
100 mil. Okay.
You could argue he's underrated, but I'm not going to say that because he has $100 million.
Yeah, no. And he's mostly comedic movies. He hasn't done any like super huge budget stuff, you know?
And not to mention the fact that he's also made some really stupid bad movies too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's been some bad ones he's done. I'm like, what are you doing?
What's that one? Get Hard?
With Kevin Hart. Terrible movie.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I didn't like Daddy's Home either.
Yeah, I actually like the second one. I'm not going to lie. When Lithgow comes in the mix with Mel Gibson, it's pretty awesome.
I should watch the second one.
The second one's worth watching. The first one's stupid.
There was a movie with him and Amy Poehler that I actually liked. The House or something like that.
Yeah, that gambling film where they turn their...
I went into that one knowing that I probably wouldn't like it. And the
pleasantly
fact,
surprised.
Yeah, so I think it all has to do with your expectations going into.
Jason Mantzoukas has a small role in that movie.
Yeah, he does.
And the other one I was thinking of was that newest one that came out on Netflix a few months back. That's with Rachel McAdams, where they're both Norwegian people who.
Yeah, I haven't watched that either.
It's really not good.
Is it? It's not.
No,
it looked super bad.
Looks bad. It's
and
bad.
so I figured I better not watch it.
I don't know what. Why? How did that get made? It's a stupid idea. But Will Ferrell, I mean, you're Will Ferrell. If you pitch an idea, you're like, okay.
He probably wanted to do an accent and wear a long hair wig for a movie, so he's like, fuck it.
He did both of those things.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not the Will Ferrell I'd like to see.
No.
You know?
Well, because it goes back to, I mean, Anchorman was originally pitched as not what it was at all. It was supposed to be there were a bunch of anchormen who got into a plane crash on a remote desert island, and then they had to fight off these cannibalistic monkeys that were trying to kill them.
What?
That was the first pitch. And then they were going to make it, then they didn't, and then it got rewritten into what it was.
Well, good thing they did that.
I don't know. I kind of want to see the first pitch.
Well, they should have at least had that be a scene in the second one.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Kristen Wiig.
50 million.
25.
25? Okay.
Not bad.
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. I want to say it here. I find her incredibly attractive. I don't know what it is.
Well,
she's not like that hot in the traditional sense, you know.
She's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Who's also
incredibly funny.
Has the ability
witty.
to be very charismatic, but can also be reserved. Yeah, she's someone you want to marry.
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
Whereas Jessica Londa is just someone you want to fuck.
Yeah. Well, you said it.
Yeah, I did.
But
I said it. I'm a man.
I said it, and I agree with it. Man, yeah, there were some shots of her boobs in this movie.
Dude,
like,
I have a whole page on her tits in this movie.
That sounds about right.
I mean, what they did with those things was wild.
Yeah, Will Ferrell peeking outside that one time. Dude, he cracked me up. We'll get to it.
Yeah, okay, Jessica Londes.
Oh, shit, I don't know. $75,000.
This is why it doesn't add up. She's worth $6 million.
$6 million, huh?
How?
I don't know. Maybe she's got a gambling problem in a good way, and she just keeps winning.
You think she's a professional baccarat player?
I think that she's going to Molly's game and, putting it all on the line.
It's a good movie.
I did like that movie.
That's a good movie. Mm-hmm. True story.
Yeah.
Moving on to Specs and Deets.
Yes, indeed. Apparently, it was Tobey Maguire that's the little bitch.
He is. Yeah, he's the one who's the dick who fucked her over.
Yeah.
The more I hear about Tobey Maguire as I get older, the more I really don't like him.
No, and then
it all started when he ruined Spider-Man because he was a little fucking pussy.
Right.
A little bitch.
Oh, and if you go back and watch the Spider-Man movies, I can't take him seriously as Spider-Man.
No, he's
anymore.
fucking terrible as Spider-Man.
Terrible. He's a little bitch.
He's a garbage Spider-Man. Calvin will argue with me about this till fucking the end of the earth. He loves Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I think he's the worst.
Oh, he's terrible. Yeah, even fucking Garfield's
better.
Yeah.
Holland, I think he's the best.
Yeah, because you want Spider-Man to kind of be smart alecky and shit talky, not a little fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And that's how Peter Parker was when it was Tobey Maguire.
He's supposed to be young and inexperienced and a little scrawny. He's not supposed to be an emotional fucking...
He's also not supposed to be a 35-year-old man in high
exactly.
school. Like, he looks way too old for being in high school.
And his voice just bothers me. He's don't bully me. Like, he sounds like a little bitch.
I'll say at the time that the movies were released, I really liked him. But going back and looking at him, I think Tom Holland's the best one.
Oh, he's the best one. Yeah. I'm going on record right now. Tobey Maguire, if you hear this, you're a little bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
You are a little fucking bitch.
Bark like a seal, motherfucker.
Runtime on this film was 84 minutes.
Good. I liked it.
Yeah, no, perfect. It doesn't need... part of the Lifetime movie format is that it's shorter than a normal feature.
Right.
And I'm not going to lie. I paused it several times.
I did too.
Jesus Christ, there's still this much left.
I did too. Well, so on the Pluto thing, when I hit play on it, it said an hour and 45 minutes because it was baking in the commercials.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, maybe, you know what? That's why it was. It's definitely the commercials.
Yeah.
Because there's 20 minutes of commercials probably.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Budget was $700K.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Shot in 15 days.
Very nice.
Opened unknown, grossed unknown, because it premieres
like a
on
Lifetime,
network.
yeah.
So I don't think... hard to know how. I mean, I'm sure they have metrics to measure how those movies make money, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure that's just like kind of a flat rate type thing or something, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, for $700K to get Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig in the movie, I mean, it's going to make money.
I think they wanted to do it just for fun, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll talk about that later too.
It's probably all like advertiser revenue, whatever they can get for the advertisers.
So they didn't advertise it. The whole.
I mean, running commercials when the movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Taglines. There was only one. The birth of a plan gone wrong.
Oh.
Which I had to read several times before I'm like, yeah, it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
The birth of a plan gone wrong. Plot keywords. Number 1, motorboat. No tits involved. They were talking about...
It was really just a motorboat this time.
I was like, oh, with this... first, I thought, when I wrote down the plot keywords, I'm like, oh, motorboat. It's got to just be a boat. And then I watched, I'm like, oh, holy shit. No, maybe he motorboats this broad at some point. Because her tits were on display. And I realized, nope, it was actually for a boat.
Yeah.
Number 2, catfight. Number 3, gay character. Number 4, cleavage. And number 5, alcoholism.
I mean, those all check out.
That's an ism we celebrate on this podcast.
There's a lot of isms. Well, yeah.
We don't like socialism. We don't like racism. We do like alcoholism.
There you go.
I'll drink to that. All right, moving on to, are you ready for the synopsis?
Yeah, this was a hard one to try to kind of, it's a very melodramatic type movie, so this is what you're going to get.
Okay.
Robert is a successful writer who has a lovely wife named Sarah and a daughter named Sully. Sarah is pregnant with their second child, and life is swell. That is, until Sarah has a terrible accident and tragically loses the baby. 5 or 6 years later, I don't remember how long, Robert and
5.
Sarah decide to adopt. They meet and fall in love with Bridget, but she's not all she appears to be in a deadly adoption.
What are you talking about? That was good.
Yeah, well, I didn't know how much detail to go into. I had written down, like, Robert is an alcoholic.
No, that's perfect amount. The thing is, the weird thing is, we'll get into it. We'll talk about it then. Well, it's time for the Reel Buzzed Rundown.
Yeah, fucking rage!
Yeah, let's fucking rage!
So, we're going to give Caitlin a call because she watched this movie, and if we didn't call her, she would be wildly angry with us. So I'm going to...
Like the wild thorn breeze.
Nigel Thornberry.
Hopefully this just works on the first time.
Hello.
First time's a charm. God damn, that worked.
Yep, we got you. We got resident medical expert, mom of the pod, Caitlin, on the line. Caitlin, how's your Sunday?
Oh, it's going well. I finally just got to lay down for a nap, so
Oh, good.
I talk a little quiet, that's why.
So we've already kind of gone over all of the preliminary stuff about the movie, so we'll just get right into it. We haven't talked about it at all yet on the Reel Buzz Rundown, so you're the first person to get your take. So what'd you think?
Oh boy, that's my take. Oh boy. Immediately, you know, it's just going to be a horrible movie when someone basically near drowns and no one performs CPR on them.
Yeah, but also I think that was a stylistic choice, right? I think they knew they were making a specific format in the Lifetime format kind of movie, so it was supposed to be melodramatic in a bad way.
Yeah, melodramatic is fine, but everyone knows CPR on me these days. Come on.
Everyone knows what?
Everyone knows CPR these days.
What? But he used,
or at least the basics.
He did perform CPR.
He just blew in her mouth.
Oh, see, that's how dumb I am. I thought that was CPR. Yeah, I guess you got to push on the chest too.
I will say
the compressions are actually the more important part.
We're right by a lake right now. If somebody, I would dive in and try to save someone, but then I'd have to be like, does anybody know CPR? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, because you have to be certified. I'm not certified.
I'm a certified G.
Well, you don't have to be certified to perform it.
Yeah.
Can't you?
If you know it, save somebody's life, bro.
Can't you like crack their chest or something? I don't know. You're probably right. I could probably. I've seen it enough times on TV where I could perform it to a degree that's at least.
See, I feel like
helpful.
I've been told don't try to do it if you don't know what you're doing because you're just gonna break their fucking chest.
No.
All right.
No. It would take a lot of force to break someone's chest. You'd literally have to be like putting your entire body weight behind your hands into their chest.
So, Caitlin, from a female perspective, there's one part of this movie that I think you could shed some light on that we might not be able to. What was going on with those titties in this movie? It was like some sort of a support system that gave her like some kind of like an extra boob crease like at the top of them. It was very strange, but also very cool.
Yeah. So boobs get bigger when you get pregnant, which she wasn't, but she had previously been, and they never really specify how long ago she was pregnant. Because he said on his last,
I think it was
like
5
3
years
months
before.
ago she was pregnant.
No, she got pregnant for 3 months.
No, she's talking about that. She's right. She's talking about.
I'm talking about
when Will Ferrell impregnated her. Oh, but yeah, it was
that
right.
Was 5 years ago. It was right after.
It was right after
died.
the miscarriage,
yeah.
or I guess it was a miscarriage. I don't know. Yeah,
it was right.
No,
after.
Because he said it was on his last book tour.
Right, which was
and he
right
said after the baby. No, he said after the baby, I was just taking a book tour as often as I could, and he said he was doing like every 6 months.
Okay.
So I don't think we really have an idea of the time frame of when this chick was pregnant. But anyways, you can definitely get a push-up bra, and then if you wear something with a tight top, like a tight top seam, it will give you the double boob look, or I guess that would be a quadruple boob look.
I gotta say, so I kind of have this thought where, and I understand that sometimes people or men can fetishize pregnant women. I know it's a thing. I don't really understand it because when a woman's pregnant, I'm not first thing like I want to fuck that girl. I'm like, hey, we should more like have instinct is like, hey, we should make sure that person's okay because they're carrying a child. But he was like looking at her when she was laying out on the that lawn chair, which she looked great from like the top up. Mm-hmm. But then once you see the belly, it's like, oh no, she should why are we sexualizing a pregnant woman?
There's a guy I used to work with. I won't say his name, but he was super into pregnant chicks. And we'd be like it wasn't even a joke. We'd just be like, dude, you fucking love the pregnant chicks, right? And he's like, oh, there's something about a woman in full bloom. Yeah. It's fucking weird, man. Fucking weird.
I don't know if it's weirder that he has that or if he's that open about sharing that he has that.
So when we were moving out of my mom's house, I found this cup that she had gotten when she was pregnant. It's like a woman that's pregnant. It's like a pregnant belly cup, pretty much. Sure. And I started cracking up. I gave it to him as a gift. I'm sure he jerked off to it or something.
Oh, dude. Good for you, though.
Just guessing. Yeah, what else are you going to do with a pregnant woman cup? Give it to your friend who's got a weird pregnant woman fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for
that's the most reasonable answer, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so I had to Google something about this movie because, you tried to say it was a parody. So it was not actually, I don't think, made as a parody. All of the sources differ. It took Will Ferrell like 2 years to be like, oh yeah, it was a joke. So was it really a joke?
Definitely was. He was So there's a lot of
I don't know.
there's a lot of layers to the satire. Yes, it was supposed to be definitely because they're satirizing the entire genre of a Lifetime movie and it's funny because it's really, really funny people trying to act as serious as possible and still make it funny. And it was great. They did a great job. But it was definitely satire. It was meant to be satire. And I'll get into it now. The reason he was really pissed off because it leaked that he wanted to just have it released with no press beforehand and just have it release and have people see it and have word of mouth spread around. But then someone leaked that it was coming out like a month before it did. And he almost was like, I'm not going to release it. Like the whole point of he wanted this to be like sort of a social experiment in like super well-known mainstream comedians doing Lifetime original movies and just, but as Lifetime and just seeing what happens. That was fucking great.
Yeah, I think it's
it's the worst thing it's the worst thing I've ever seen, and I had to go and watch Anchorman afterwards just to balance it out.
Yeah, Anchorman's great. I mean, yeah, but that's absurd comedy. This is comedy this is less, it's a very
None of this was funny.
Oh, I thought a lot of it was
I was
funny.
dying laughing throughout pretty much the whole thing.
No. It probably because I was just so disgusted by the whole thing because I find Lifetime movies exhausting.
Yeah, no, but that's the point. It's because you're supposed to be like, but because when you kind of know it's on purpose, like, you can kind of appreciate the comedy because they're making fun of it.
This really felt like a stretch for those two.
Okay, well, it's I thought they did Will Ferrell especially. I thought he did a fantastic job. Kristen Wiig was pretty good.
Yeah, I'll say Sam doesn't like Will Ferrell, but she appreciated him in this movie.
Maybe it's just the female perspective of, man, these movies are exhausting. Why is this funny?
Maybe, yeah, sure. I'll buy that.
Yeah. Let's see, what other parts? I'm going to talk about this as if it were an actual movie and not a parody. Which I had to decide how I was going to talk about this movie. I'm going to talk about it as if it were a real movie. Number one, the chick is totally to blame in the beginning. She knew the dock was rotten, and that workers were coming to fix it.
Yeah, so that's a Lifetime movie element where it's like it's so clearly foreshadowed and so obvious that it's so dumb. Like, get off the dock, it's rotten, and like, something's gonna happen with the dock. Like, obviously, there was so much
1,000%
blatant foreshadowing in this movie, but again, on purpose.
Yeah, and I thought it was hilarious. Like they show her kind of leaning against it and kind of creaking, and then back to Will Ferrell, like face, like, ooh. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
And then of course the full circle of one baby being lost by falling in the water, but the daughter being saved because she leaps in the lake and swims. Yeah, it's all garbage, and I hated every second of it.
I didn't pick up on that. It does come full circle.
It's because you've never watched an actual Lifetime movie, have you?
Not in a very long time.
Yeah, they're freaking exhausting.
But I do like
exhausting.
I kind of appreciate it even more now. It does good. The first baby dies in the water, and the second, the child that they have saved by the water. Yeah, I like it. Good writing.
That's the sequel to Saved
not
by the
good writing. No, not good writing. It's the same plot in every Lifetime movie.
Well, did you have anything else, Kate?
Nope. Luckily, I did not have to pay money for this movie. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, and we already said this earlier, but no one should. You can download Tubi or you can download Pluto. You can a bunch of different free streaming services to watch this movie for free.
I know you mentioned Vudu, but I found it on Tubi, and I was going to bring it up so that people didn't have to pay money for it.
Yeah, we appreciate you doing that.
No problem.
All right, well, hey, have a good Sunday. Enjoy the Chiefs game, and say hi to Josh and Ellie for me.
Yeah, it's actually Sporting at 3 and then the Chiefs, so double sports day.
I can't wait to not watch Sporting.
No city pride. No city pride, sir. Shouldn't you guys be watching it just because they're on their way to the playoff or the cup? They're in the playoffs.
I don't. Soccer is stupid. They have a playoff every 3 weeks, and it means nothing.
That's not it. No. We have a playoff once a year.
Yeah, there's a cup.
Once a year.
There's fucking 80 cups, and you win a specific game, you get a cup. It's all arbitrary and strange.
That's not true. There's 2 cups, and we in fact have more championships than the Chiefs. So, suck it. Bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Talk to you later. How dare she? How dare
How
she
dare
ask
she?
me if we have city pride? Do you not see this set? Do you not see what we're wearing?
I've got some sporting shit.
Yeah, I'll wear some sporting shit, but like I just don't
Yeah.
like soccer.
I'll watch the fucking if they make it to the final or whatever, the cup game. The only cups I know about come in jock straps.
That's right.
Anyway,
All right, so moving on to Keenan. Do you want to do your real buzz, and I'll sprinkle in? Or you want me to
we
go?
can just kind of sprinkle together if you
Cool.
want to. I do want to say from the top that I've only seen like 1 or 2 Lifetime movies ever.
Same.
And I wish I would have watched a real one, like either right before or right after this. I didn't, and I could have. but-
Going back, I wish I would have as well, just so I could. But I kind of remember enough about him to know that they nailed the aesthetic perfectly,
Right.
like down to the wardrobe, dialogue, the style of acting, the writing. It's all. There's a very specific melodramatic telenovela Lifetime aesthetic that they fucking nailed on all. Like even down to the names of characters. Robert Benson's a very Lifetime character name.
It totally is.
Robert Benson. It's just the most vanilla, bland. Like you know it's a perfect name for a Lifetime movie.
I thought it was funny, and it's kind of more meta funny. I don't know, but just since he was in Step Brothers and he used to talk shit on Robert, Robert and Nancy are sleeping, but now his name's Robert. I don't know. I thought that was
yeah,
funny.
so I see you make the connection.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying. But yeah, all right, you go ahead and go because I'm doing it on my phone, so I don't
you're
know
good.
what I'm doing.
So if we start with the first scene that I had questions about was, well, not questions. I know it's a Lifetime movie, so that's why it happened. But she fell in the lake, right?
She falls in the lake.
She fell in the lake. The dock was rotten. It broke. She fell in the lake. But why was she unconscious? It's like, can pregnant ladies not swim?
I think she hit her head on the boat when she was falling into the lake.
They say that later, but in the scene they show in slow motion, she hits her head nigh.
Oh, I thought I saw her hit her head,
Okay, maybe I missed it.
or at least like a neck crack or something like that.
Yeah, okay, it seemed like she fell in the water. Like I fell in the water a million times. Like I can swim.
That's true. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, if you fall in the water, but I think it's because that boat was right there, so she like hit the boat and then fell in the water.
Okay, so let's say she did hit her head. She was in the water approximately 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. About
I just don't see how the baby's lost in this scenario.
I could see the baby being lost if she had hit her belly on
Right?
the
Yeah,
boat.
like if she hit her stomach on,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I could see that. Or like if you want to get morbid, and like the deck, like a protrusion from the deck, like stabbed her in the stomach. Like
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
That dock is rotten and murderous.
Yeah, that's one hell of a splitter.
Watch out for that dock. It's going to fucking kill you. Yeah, I feel like it's probably, I took it to be, it's just like a Lifetime movie type thing where
You gotta.
don't look too far into it. Just know that this is why now they have a fear of the water.
I
and
agree.
Why, yeah.
You know what ride you're getting on. Don't
exactly.
question the route it's taking.
And I thought it was great. Not great in this is awesome that it's happening, but like the little montage they did after that with him in the hospital and like, I don't know.
Oh man, with Will Ferrell's crying was so funny, and I say that knowing like it's not supposed. It is and it isn't supposed to be.
Right.
It's like he's the just because you know it's Will Ferrell and you've seen him do that in a comedic setting, and it's very funny. And he's doing it seriously, and there's serious music behind it, and it's seriously shot in a serious setting, and it's still hilarious.
I want to say something about the music.
Sure, absolutely.
So serious music, yes. But it's more so not music as much as it's just ominous tones, like what Jason Segel says in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Just tones.
Yeah, boom, boom. That's what most of it was. And I wrote down at one point, I was like, I think that's why this movie seems pretty unsettling to me because it's not, or it just makes me kind of uncomfortable because it's not any licensed music. There's really no music throughout. There's just some random like, boom, boom, boom. And then you get this one scene where there is like a song when Sully's missing. And there's like the missing posters floating around. They show the same
that weird
missing poster.
montage. Yeah. They just
That's
show
like,
missing posters all over the city and like in different settings. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's the only time that the music, there's like an actual person singing, like it's an actual song. But it was probably a song that was written just for this movie. And I don't know if that's true or not. But
it was royalty free if it wasn't written for this film.
But the wanted posters, and maybe I shouldn't skip into it, but one of the things, or not wanted, missing person poster.
Yeah, missing person.
Sully, their daughter, is a diabetic, and I thought it was funny.
Needs insulin immediately.
ASAP. Needs insulin ASAP.
Also,
blonde, 55 pounds, needs insulin.
do people still put up like physical posters when their kid goes missing?
No,
is that a
probably
thing?
not.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah, there's not a wall of missing. I mean, maybe at a police station there is, but I don't. It's not like your dog's missing.
Yeah,
you put it up on street poles
and contact and just leave your phone number. Like what?
Take one.
Start in the age of social media. Like you're better off creating a Facebook like a group of some kind.
I will say, even though this movie came out, 2015?
2015.
So you have to assume it's set in modern times pretty much, but there's really no texting or tweeting or anything like that in it. So social media doesn't seem to have been a thing in this movie at all.
That's true. I get that's a good point.
They do make some phone calls from time to time, but I guess I don't know. I think that adds to it too, though, with the Lifetime melodramatic.
It's just something Lifetime wouldn't specifically get into. Like,
and that montage, they just throw the posters everywhere across town. Some of them are fucking blowing in the wind.
Yeah, it's super corny.
Yeah, very corny. But anyway,
also, it's okay. So there's only one thing that shows the 5-year change from Will Ferrell, and it's his hair. It goes from curly to Trump.
Yeah, I wrote down his hair makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's unsettling.
It is.
It's very unsettling.
I had started the movie, I was about 30 minutes into it, then Sam came over and she was like, oh my God, he looks like Chuck Norris.
Yeah!
Like, he does look like fucking Chuck Norris.
He has some rodent on top of his head. It's not his hair. And
it's clearly a hairpiece or something.
It's a piece, for sure. But I think it adds to the aesthetic. It's perfect. Like, I think it goes along in the Lifetime checklist. Like,
exactly.
Weird fucking hair. It's clearly not real.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Weird hair, but yeah, I liked
wardrobe was fantastic in this movie too. So
yeah, it was.
You ever notice that Bridget, the not pregnant chick,
yeah,
she before she could only wear she only owned spaghetti strap dresses, like that's all she had. And then she kind of does her Sandy at the end of Grease reveal, where she has like a fucking bodycon dress and like a leather fucking vest and these fucking crazy ass stilettos. You're like, she's like wearing the slut special.
The slut special. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's wearing that same blue fucking little skirt thing or whatever the whole time.
Yeah, man. And she like once she goes like the costume change, she goes full fucking crazy. Like she goes from being someone who can at least hide her crazy to just being completely unstable.
Did you notice that she went from being super tan to being very pale too?
Yeah, I think that's just supposed to reflect like in a physical nature, like her state of mind.
I think so too, but I just noticed like by the end of the movie, at the beginning of the movie, I don't think she has any freckles on her face or anything. By the end, when they're on the bridge, she's very pale and yeah.
And also like Kristen Wiig, all she wore were overalls and brightly striped shirts. That's all she wore.
Her little organic stand made me laugh too, like that she works at the organic farm stand.
That's
Sarah's 100% organic.
Yeah, dude. And you could tell as soon as she'd like, they're like, hey, come stay with us. And she's like, can I get you anything? A big bowl of ice cream would be nice. Oh, we don't keep sugary things in the house. Our daughter's a diabetic. And also, everything I make is organic. Her face just goes, nope, I'd rather be at the homeless shelter.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
this place.
I'm out.
Oh,
no. And I also thought that was very funny, like them, Kristen Wiig and Will Ferrell, the time that they argue about, there was a box of chocolates in the pantry. What happened was Sully would have seen that. Like, I just thought that was so good.
You know the dangers of diabetic ketoacidosis. It's like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and he did it so straightly, though.
I know.
I mean, it was so good.
You know the dangers of diabetic ketoacidosis.
Yeah. I wrote down that watching it on Pluto with the ads definitely made it feel more like a Lifetime movie.
Oh, you got the full experience. It was like you were watching on the Lifetime channel.
Yeah, even if I didn't look to see if I could have rented this anywhere, but even if I could have, I'm glad that I watched it with the ads.
It's I think it's better for the full experience. It's all part of the experience. I also like there just a lot of dialogue in this movie is very funny. Just one-liners like the stupid things like. Will Ferrell's way overprotective of his daughter. He's like, those training wheels aren't coming off till you go into college. You're just like, what?
Yeah. Don't tell your dad I'm taking the training wheels off. And speaking of that.
That's a weirdly big part of the movie.
Well, this movie faked me out a couple of times. It Lifetime movied me a couple of times. So when you already kind of get the feeling that Bridget's not what she says she is because
course.
she sees the magazine and she rips off Sarah or whatever.
Like I said, the foreshadowing is not subtle.
And even if they didn't need to foreshadow it that heavily because it's a Lifetime movie, you figure something's going to happen.
Or when she's in the coffee shop saying, hey, these things take time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so she's clearly a con artist.
Absolutely. But whenever she's got Sully on the bike and she's like, go for it, and the car's coming down the street, I totally was like, she's about to get hit by, that seems what she's going to do.
Because right before that, she was looking, like there was a shot on Sully, and then there was a picture of her and her parents, and the reflection was Bridget just looking at her like with intense hate.
Right. So you think she's doing this on purpose.
Yeah,
she's
she's
going
trying to kill the kid. Yeah.
Cause some tragedy. But then when she turns and it turns out it's that dude with the tattoos, it's like, oh, that faked me out.
The guy from Animal Kingdom.
I had to look that guy up. He's because I was like, it's so familiar. He was in It Chapter 2.
Yeah, he was.
I just watched that.
So funny because he was beating up gay dudes in that movie, and in Animal Kingdom, his character is gay.
Oh, well, so he's a good actor. Versatile.
There you go. He can play gay. He can play gay hater.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with that guy. He's like a box of chocolates. I took the pause to let the boo get there for me. I knew it was a bad joke. But, and then the other time, where do I have it? I don't know. I'll get down to it, but it just faked me out a couple times. I thought...
No, I agree. I was with you. I'm like, well, I don't know where this movie's going. Like, why is...
Oh, the fake pregnancy thing. I didn't see that coming at all. When Sully's looking at her through the bathroom and she's got the obvious fake belly.
I definitely didn't see it coming. I knew there was a scam of some kind going on. I thought, like, but I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, is she just, like, casing the house so her boyfriend can... I was like, as soon as I saw the guy with the tattoos, I'm like, oh, that's the guy who knocked her up. But then, But then it's like, oh, no, she's not knocked up at all.
I figured maybe they were going to rob from him or...
Yeah, I thought she was casing the joint. So, but then with the whole tearing of... She had something with Robert that hadn't been revealed yet, so it didn't quite all add up.
It was a little bit like Reindeer Games. Yes. Where she was playing a guy because she was really in love with the other guy, you know? Because I think she really loved Robert.
Oh, for sure. She's ultimately going to fuck over all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless Will Ferrell, Robert would have just gone with her. I think she would have been okay with that.
Which...
She would have murdered Kristen Wiig and probably the first daughter, but, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So while we're talking about Kristen Wiig, it's weird. This is going to come off as bad and misogynistic, and I don't mean it in a misogynistic way. Is it weird that I respect Kristen Wiig for not getting a nose job? Like, because clearly Bridget fucking had a Cadillac nose job. That thing was reshaped and formulated. But, you know, Kristen Wiig is imperfect, and I think that's good.
I don't know about the nose job thing, but I think overall...
Maybe it's a weird thing that I looked at. I don't know. Maybe
I didn't notice
weird.
that. But yeah. I will say overall, I agree with the sentiment that women shouldn't get plastic surgery. Like, I don't want to say they shouldn't, but I just don't go too far with it.
Don't plastic surgery shame, Keenan.
Don't be like Courtney Cox. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't do that.
That's a little too far.
Well, I think like anything else, like tattoos and
aging's beautiful.
It becomes addictive after a while.
Yeah,
and especially in their industry, they feel the pressure that they gotta, you know.
Yeah, they got to keep up with
keep
the young
looking
chicks,
35
yeah.
when they're 55, you know?
Yep.
I also thought it was strange that Kristen Wiig's logic was like, oh, our marriage is in trouble. We're not doing well. We should bring another kid into the situation. That'll fix it. That never works. That's like a thing that even I know. Yeah. Like, don't have a kid to try to save the marriage. Don't.
Yeah.
Do not. And
that's going to fuck that kid's life up.
And it's not even like you're birthing a child. You're adopting a kid. Like, not that it should be different, but it's just bringing another kid into your life, and that's just going to add stress.
Yeah.
Like, what do people think? We're like, hey, we're fucked up. We should make things way more complicated by bringing in a child. That's just dumb.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And also, she says she can't have kids anymore. That's why they're adopting. So she was clearly pregnant 2 different times. Can she not have kids because she fell in the lake?
Yeah, something with the accident means that she can't have kids anymore. That's how I took it.
She hit her head, and so I was like, I can't have kids anymore.
Maybe something, I don't know how that all works, but maybe someone with the miscarriage.
Again, a lifetime thing.
Yeah, a lifetime thing. Lifetime of not having kids.
I like that. I also find it funny that Bridget comes in claiming that she's read one of his books on fiscal responsibility, but then says, why did you go to college? She's like, I did, but I couldn't afford it. It's like, wait, you read a book on fiscal responsibility, then went to college without knowing how much it would cost?
I didn't pick up on that.
Well, it's because she's a dumb broad.
There you go. Well, I knew that he was an economist or some shit like that, but I don't know.
I also love how they talk about his life on the road on tour when he's a fucking fiscal responsibility author. Like,
right.
Life on the road must be pretty crazy.
Going out there and banging all these chicks, man. He was an alkie, though, you know? He was going to shitty bars and banging Joni.
Like, was he, or was he just sad? Like,
he was probably just sad.
Yeah, like, you know, I have a problem. You know, last time I blacked out. It's like, dude.
I thought it was funny when when Kristen Wiig was like, "You think I'm mad because you cheated on me? You think that little of me? I'm mad because you've endangered my daughter." I don't know. It's so melodramatic, man. I love it.
It's like, well, she should be mad because she could be mad about both. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Don't think so little of me.
That only a woman would say that shit. You think I'm mad because you cheated on me? How dare you think so little of me? It's like, what? What are you talking about?
I'm mad about our daughter.
Fucking women. Of course, Will's character is cool with having a super hot college-age broad in his house. He's like, I'm ahead of my wife on this one. She's staying.
I'm 2 steps ahead on here.
I'm 2 steps ahead of my wife. She's staying with us.
Yeah. We've got a guest room.
Yeah.
I'm a lonely man.
No woman's going to be like, yeah, we should. That's a great idea. Let's bring a super hot college-age pregnant woman into the house. And I'll leave you two alone. It's like, no, that's a ridiculous, stupid idea. Talked about that.
I want to say, we were talking about Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig. We've already talked about how good they did at being serious, but I have this note. If you had been in a coma from 1996 to 2015 and you woke up and saw this movie, I don't think you'd ever guess that Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig were comedic actors.
That's why they're good.
That's how good they did at this.
That's how good they did, exactly. And that's why... It's definitely a piece of art in a strange sense, and I think they did a great job executing. I really do. I think I love Caitlin. I think she underappreciated it.
I do too, and especially coming from Sam, who does not like fucking Will Ferrell at all.
Yeah.
She loved this movie, and I don't know.
What they were trying to achieve was executed really well, and it's like, yeah, technically, is it a good movie? No, but it's not supposed to be. So
once you get the buy into it and get the flow of what they're doing,
exactly,
and just watch it for being a Lifetime movie a little bit, like the twists and turns kind of got me. It was a little bit interesting, and then towards the end, it didn't ever get ridiculous, but it kind of did in a sense.
It almost jumped the shark.
Yeah, very close. I'm thinking like whenever he gets back on the motorboat and it's got the shot of his fucking wedding ring as he's going across the lake.
Oh, that tight close-up,
his wedding ring, and then it's him on the boat, like burly man in it. And when he's carrying Kristen Wiig out of the garage from the fumes, it's almost like when he's in Step Brothers and he's like, I came to give you my seed. He kicks down the door. That's what it reminded me of.
That scene obviously did jump the shark, but it was a borderline almost like that. I've traveled 500 miles to give you my seed.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was like when he saved it.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this, there was at least one scene, maybe two, where I thought like someone who wrote porn wrote this dialogue.
Oh, yeah?
She's walking in, she goes, do you have any sunblock? I was willing to lay out. And he's like, yeah, I'm sure we have some somewhere. And they go look for it. And he goes, are you okay, Robert? It must get hard sometimes. And he goes, it does get hard.
I did notice that line. I did notice that. Oh, I'm getting hard.
He goes, it must get so hard sometimes. He goes, it does get hard.
I just need a helping hand. And then he breaks into, I've got something in my front pocket for you.
I've got something in my front pocket for you.
Why don't you reach on in and grab it and give it a squeeze?
Oh, that's a South Park deep cut.
That is. Butters.
I also found it strange, and this is again a Lifetime-ism, that he was sharing his most intimate thoughts and feelings about his wife and his relationship to a girl he's known for, he thinks he's known for a few days. He talks about he'll never love his wife the same way again because he blames her for for falling in the lake because she was on the dock. I mean, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. It shouldn't share those thoughts and feelings. Probably don't go air your dirty laundry, bro.
Oh, dude. Speaking of which, I saw the most wild Facebook status yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
It was a girl who was like, yo, my 45-year-old boyfriend who I've been with for 5 years and who I take care of his 2 kids is cheating on me with some girl named Lala. I'm like, why are you sharing this? That is so fucking weird. Why would you publicly share that on a social media platform?
I'm trying to call Lala out, I guess. I don't know.
Well, at least tag the bitch in it.
Yo.
I mean,
well, does Facebook, I haven't been on it in a while, but does it still say, what's on your mind? Fuck you, Facebook.
No, seriously. What's on, like, just, you shouldn't, what are you doing? What are you hoping to accomplish by sharing all of that intimate, awful shit? Like, that's terrible. Like, it's awful.
I would have loved to have seen the comment section
it's
in there,
also
too.
Well, no, there was only 2 or 3, and it was like, no way. It's like, are you serious? I wanted to be like, why are you sharing this? Yeah. Like, I know it's terrible, but like, this is not so, like, it's horribly embarrassing. Why would you want, hey, everyone, guess what happened to me?
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Hey, everyone.
You should just put on there, sucks.
I kind of want to now.
But put it like SUX.
That's so funny. I just don't understand. Like, social media has made people so shameless to the point where they will share shit that like, what?
Yeah, shit that they should never. Yeah.
Oh my.
What's
God.
on your mind? Fucking my boyfriend. Fucking Lala.
Did you? How did again nitpicking? How did she get through the whole adoption process where she had an adoption agency wearing a false stomach? Like, wouldn't they want some medical records of some
absolutely.
kind? I don't know.
That's what Sam was saying too. It's like, wouldn't they want to go to an appointment, see some fucking pictures, sonograms already? Like,
yes.
How? And I guess because I was like, my answer to that was, well, some lady brought them to them.
A lady.
And then I guess she murdered the lady. Did that happen? Something like that?
No, I don't. Not that I know of.
Well, Robert was trying to find out. I don't know. Didn't a lady bring them?
Yeah, there
and
was.
Then
There
I think
was
he
like
was
an
trying
adoption
to contact the lady, and they were like,
okay.
"Oh, she's dead now." Or
Oh, I
something.
missed that.
I could be making that up, but I think that happened.
Or she was in on the con. Who knows?
Yeah, the long con.
Also, this was. I thought this was really funny. So she's going to, when she's wearing her super slut special, going across the lake on her secret mission to like go see Robert, and she approaches this man who runs a business where he rents boats, and she's like, "Hey, I need a boat." He's like, "Oh, I'm closing right now," and you can see he's closing up, and she's like, "I'll only be an hour," and he goes, "Okay." Like, an hour's not a short amount of time. That's
You're just gonna sit around and fucking
an hour. If she was like, only be 10 minutes, like, okay, maybe, but she's like, only be an hour. This man's closing his business. Imagine extending your business opening for an hour. So this,
well,
for
especially
one
to let
person.
someone take a boat. How are you gonna know it's gonna be an hour? Did she ever bring the boat back? I don't think she did.
Yeah, I think she fucked him over.
Yeah, she fucked that dude, and he was a nice guy.
Local business owner, just trying to make some money.
Yeah.
We also said she goes from masking her insanity really well to not being able to do so at all whatsoever. Like, as soon as she makes that transition from the spaghetti strap like to the super slut special, she just could go bonkers.
Yeah, crazy.
And also, last thing I have, 6 months after this incident, if you want to call it that, they must have one hell of a fucking therapist to have worked through all the problems of him cheating on her, him endangering their daughter because he fucked some random broad on the road who then came in and stalking and is pretending to be pregnant. I mean, it's insane.
Who then Kristen Wiig had to shoot in the back.
Murder. She had to murder her
Yeah.
at the end. It's like, what? It's 6 months? Try 7 years.
Yeah.
And maybe they're okay. And they're not even that happy. There's like, hey, like, we're making it.
It's a Lifetime movie.
I know.
And then the minute and a half fucking dancing at the end of it was ridiculous.
Well, that was a
too.
callback to like, oh, Robert. I just remember when Robert would dance around in the kitchen recording music, and like, so we had to see him do that.
We had to see it. And I liked that it just went on and on and on. They could have done it for 5 minutes. I would have still laughed.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was very good. Okay.
I got a couple more things.
Oh, please go. Yeah.
Just a couple things. There was a Kansas City reference in there.
Yeah,
Did you
like,
hear
we
that?
should be halfway to Kansas City.
Yeah. So I was like, shout out to that.
Where was this movie set?
So that's what I tried to figure out. And I couldn't figure it out. But the name of the town was Storm Lake.
Okay.
So it's a made-up town, but I do think Storm Lake is such a good name for a Lifetime movie town. Like,
yeah.
Robert Benson's, it lives in Storm Lake.
Again,
like,
it's the details that
Yeah.
Lifetime. That's a very Lifetimeism, and they pay attention to the little things, and they make I actually have a lot of respect for the amount of work that goes into making a Lifetime movie a Lifetime movie. While it is ridiculous, melodramatic, and insane, I respect the people who make them now because they go to all the little things.
Mm-hmm. The little details, you know. Don't want to leave anything unturned.
Nope.
At one point, I wrote down, this was right after she put Kristen Wiig in the garage and was trying to do the old fake suicide thing.
Yeah, stage suicide.
Yeah. And then she shot Robert, and I wrote down, looks like this is called a deadly adoption for a reason. You know what I mean?
The problem with the title is there's no adoption. They never adopt.
Well, they wanted to adopt, but yeah, it's not really an
they should have
adoption.
called it a deadly potential adoption.
That's a deadly adoption process.
Yes, that's perfect. A deadly adoption process.
Yeah, because I did think based on the title that they were going to get a kid, and it was going to be like the kid is
Right,
a
I
murderer
thought we
or
were gonna
something.
see like well, what's that movie called where they adopt a Russian kid and she turns out to be 35 and she tries to kill the whole family?
Yeah, she's like a little old lady. Yeah, I know what you're talking
which
about.
happened in real life too. We won't get into it.
What?
Oh, that's a real thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
She had the Andy Milonakis syndrome?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, and then I wrote, "Oh, Robert ain't dead," and I like that epic shot of him carrying her out of the garage with the.
Is it weird that I thought Lifetime that they might end it with everyone's dead and she just steals the kid?
It's just super depressing.
I would have loved that ending. I'm like, great fucking ending.
I did think either Robert or Sarah were going to get killed. I thought one of them wasn't going to survive.
Yeah,
But
I
they
thought so
survived,
too.
That's good. I was speaking of not surviving though. Well, first off, you talk about Joni or Bridget losing her mind and going full crazy when she's driving Sully in the truck at the end and Robert's on the bridge. She's like, "I'm your mother now!" She's like screaming that at her.
Your mother's dead!
I'm your fucking mother now! I thought that was funny. But then after the wreck, I'm pretty sure Sully is not surviving that crash.
No, that was a pretty wild crash.
Little girl without a seatbelt on in the
seatbelt.
front seat of that truck. No airbag got
would have
deployed.
flown. Well, because it's a 1975
Right.
Ford F-150
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure she would have flown through that windshield, unfortunately.
and died.
Yeah.
Horrifically.
But she just got out just fine with a little stomach ache, I guess.
And also, I'm not a diabetic. I don't know the symptoms, but she goes, "I don't feel so good," and they're like, "Well, just have a chocolate bar."
I do think that's if your insulin's low, you should eat some sugar to try to get that back.
Yeah.
But that's why you're not supposed to eat candy because you're taking insulin. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I got. I liked the dance scene at the end, and I also liked that it said inspired by a true story.
I thought that was a great final touch because clearly it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I felt like it was kind of how Fargo always says that it, like the TV show does it now, but the movie did it too. But they legitimately thought it was, I think, when they did it for the movie.
And it just kind of ended up being a cool stylistic thing about the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found out that the story they had heard was fake or something like that. But anyway.
All right, it is time for...
It's time for Tipsy Trivia.
Way early.
Yeah, well,
What are you going to do?
that guy's got a prostate problem.
This is the portion of the podcast where we have today's only 4 trivia-based questions because
Four,
there was no trivia on this movie at all
So do I have
whatsoever.
to get 2 right?
I don't care.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
Inevitably.
Inevitably, both of them talking blah, 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 blah. All right, number 1. Over, under 5. How many movies have Kristen Wiig and Will Ferrell appeared in together?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I had to go off trivia and make up my own shit because there's nothing on this movie.
Oh, fuck.
It's a tough one.
I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to go with gut, and I'm going to say over.
Under. 4 appearances together in films.
What do you
I meant
have
to
them?
write them down and I didn't because I thought, write them down, and I forgot to.
Oh, well.
Another over-under. Over under 25 years. How long has the Lifetime movie franchise been in existence?
25 years?
Over under 25.
Over.
Over 30 years. This movie was produced in part of their 25-year celebration.
Oh. So that makes sense
Yeah.
because it came out in 2015.
That adds up.
It's 2020 now. That makes sense. So they started in 1990. So the Lifetime original movies are as old as I am.
Yeah, that they are.
Take that as you will. Which one of us will last longer? Stay tuned.
Weird.
Yeah, right?
Number 3, true or false? Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig made this movie in top secret.
I think you already said.
I did.
So true.
True. They were disappointed when the production leaked before it was released and almost didn't release it at all. Because I think that was part of their whole, I don't know, when you're making a piece of art that has to be presented in a certain way. I think that was the whole part of the...
I'll definitely say you've said social experiment art, and that's definitely what this movie was going for.
I agree.
It's not trying to be anything that it's not.
Did I say 4 questions? I only had 3.
Oh, those were the 3.
Yeah,
I got it. Well, okay.
2 of the 3.
I thought I would have spoiled something for myself because when I was trying to find the name of the town, I found
Storm Lake.
Yeah, that Franco did a Lifetime movie.
James Franco did?
Yeah, so apparently Will Ferrell was inspired to do this movie because he saw, like, where he kind of came up with the idea is he saw an episode of General Hospital from, like, the mid-'90s.
I knew
that
Franco was on
in,
there, yeah.
And he was like, that's really funny seeing Franco, who was, like, a comedic actor by that point, doing something
Definitely wasn't the mid-'90s. It was the 2010s when he did that.
Well, maybe he saw, well, whatever. He saw an episode of it, and he was like, I should do this. And so he came up with the idea to do the movie, and then Franco did a Lifetime movie with Tori Spelling the next year.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Tori Spelling's a Lifetime movie actress. So
Yeah, she's kind of, but Franco, he kind of just copied off of Will Ferrell. It's like, I'm going to do one now, too.
I kind of like that trend, though. More like major mainstream Hollywood comedic actors should do Lifetime movies.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
We should make a Lifetime movie.
I don't think we would be very good.
Yeah, probably not, but, low budget. We got that going for us.
But $100.
Drinking Buddies.
Portion of the podcast where we choose a character from the film that we would get irresponsibly drunk, shit-faced, shivoed with. Keenan, who is your drinking buddy?
I should have thought of this sooner.
Oh, mine's Dwayne.
Is he the boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's kind of who I was thinking,
I can
too.
fuck with that guy.
Yeah, he was kind of a piece of shit, obviously. He was down with kidnapping and stuff like that. But by the end, he was like...
He'd murdered 2 people, then he murdered...
he did murder Charlie, too.
Yeah.
I wrote down that murdered
the gay character.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
It was. And it was a very Lifetime-style murder. Like, you see him point the gun at him.
Totally off-screen.
Yeah, and then it goes off screen. And I don't think you ever see a bullet hit somebody in this movie.
No, well, I mean...
Like, they shoot, and then you see the
horrible-looking
but then
prosthetic wound.
I watched The Crow right after this, and he gets blasted like 1,000 times. So.
Well, yeah, he dies.
Well, yeah, in real life. But
Brandon Lee died in that movie. That's a good movie, though, The Crow.
It's the first time I'd seen it.
You like it?
I liked it.
I thought it was good.
I think we should do it on the pod.
You think?
Think about it.
I'd do it.
Yeah. It's, anyway, we'll save that for when we do it on the pod. But I'm going to drink with Robert then. He used to be a bit of an alcoholic,
No,
I'm
clearly
going to get him back on the wagon.
He knows how to party.
Or off the wagon.
Off the wagon.
However it goes.
Yeah, fuck some broads in a hotel room, get them pregnant.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's not shooting blanks. We know that.
I don't know how he blasted after he had all that booze, though.
Dumping clips?
Yeah, I don't know how he dumped any clips after all that booze.
Yeah, well, Will Ferrell's a special man.
That's true. Robert Benson is a special man.
Look at his hair.
Is it Benson, right? Yeah, that's right.
He kind of looks like a full-time Chuck Norris impersonator.
He's a cross between, his hair is like a cross between Donald Trump and Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
It's feathery, but also fake.
I saw a Chuck Norris infomercial for some exercise machine.
Those are always the best.
And it's like him and his wife, and he's like down in Hawaii.
He's like 85 and he looks 50.
Well, no, he's starting to look 85. Like he's doing the machine, and you can tell he's not really struggling, but he's fucking senile or something. He's just talking, poor guy. I was like, good for you, Chuck Norris. You're still doing shit, but he's like, I really like these Maui workouts. Oh, see what it's doing here on my biceps. It's like
he always describes what's happening as he's like,
look at this here. Ooh,
see this is getting my delts. I'm really what can you see that? Oh, I feel the burn.
Yeah, shout out to Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. I think he might be a better infomercial actor than a martial artist.
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, actually, no, he found his second calling.
Oh, he's the best.
I'm definitely gonna shotgun though, cause fuck it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Chuck Norris is my drinking buddy then. That's why I choose Robert Benson, so I'd just be like, hey man, fucking Chuck Norris.
You know what I'm about to ask you. Yep. It's always some really gimmicky exercise thing too. It's something that clearly is never going to function or work for a normal human being. But like, because Chuck Norris is already really buff from actually doing hard work and getting fit, and he's like, yeah, this will totally work for you.
It's essentially, it was like a board that you just pull shit on. I don't fucking know. He's like, oh, it's my entire body, and then he had his wife on there with him too.
Well, because my mom got into that because she got one of those. It's like a thing that's like a bend, like a bow, and you just wiggle it back and forth. And I don't remember what it's called, but it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I did it for
like the shake weight.
Yeah. How dare you, sir? The shake weight.
I got my own shake weight.
The shake weight is good though, because that actually, if you want to build up like if your lover takes a long time to finish for a hand job, you could build up some major stamina by using the shake weight.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, man. Because sometimes, I don't like hand jobs though. Like why would I get something I can do a better job of myself?
Yeah, what are we in, 6th grade?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's a little young. 8th grade?
What are we, 5?
There's a line from It's Always Sunny I was trying to quote, but I fucked that
Bro,
up.
you see that door that says pirate? I see that door that says private.
Ah.
There's fucking pirates back there.
I will give Stewie's a bit of a shout out. They have a door, their private office door says pirate.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Such a good joke. All right, and 3, 2.
Oh. This one was still pretty cold.
Yeah, I know. The cold definitely makes a difference.
Oh, that's such a good sound for the thing.
See that door? It says pirate. You think there's pirates back there, man?
I see a door that says private.
I think Charlie's probably my favorite character on Sunny, right?
Yeah, I
love it when
Dennis
he-
is starting to become my favorite one because
Well,
he's
Dennis
so
is gone.
narcissistic. No, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
He was really only gone for like half an episode. Well, 3/4 of an episode.
I thought he was like leaving the show to go do.
He
AP
said he was,
physics or
and
whatever.
then they
and then he realized why. What am I doing?
the first episode of the next season they had Mindy Kaling on there, and
Oh,
you're
that's
like,
a good
they're going to
addition.
replace it with Mindy Kaling, but she wasn't very funny. And then at the end of the episode, Dennis comes back, and he's like, "Well, I take it you were supposed to be a replacement for me or something. Well, you can be gone. That's done."
Well, that's the thing. So I think it was a case of like, I've been doing this a long time. I'm gonna try something different. And he realizes, it's really hard to get on a show that's really successful.
Do you know what my theory is on it? Honestly, though,
I would love to hear it.
is that it was a publicity stunt.
Why?
They've liked to do shit like that. Like Mac in season 7, he's super fat.
Yeah, I remember he
it's
gets fat.
because he wanted to be an actor that.
He was cultivating mass.
Yeah, but he did it. He thought it would be funny, but he also wanted to be like, as an actor, like go through the experience to get real fat.
Yeah,
and
doing
lose it
Christian
again.
Bale.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I think they've been doing it for 14, 15 years. And Caitlin Olsen had a show on Fox that got canceled.
I remember that.
And then he got his, and I think it was. I honestly think they were fucking around with people just to make that joke.
I just don't like
in
the.
that
Like, I
episode.
get it. Like appreciate what you have. I know it's. You know how hard it is to be on a hit show.
Oh yeah,
A hit show that lasts as long as theirs had, which
the
in
longest running
syndication-
sitcom.
Longer than time? Yeah,
Longest
Seinfeld.
running
Non-animated.
non-animated, live action.
Because Simpsons has been 30 years.
Right, and South Park's obviously not as long as the system.
26, 25?
24, I think.
24, yeah.
96, I think, is when it came out.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll finish this up real quick. Well, Rotten Tomatoes over under. I will set the critics at a 15%.
Oh, come on, critics. I'm going to hope over.
Under, 14%.
Really? Fuck you.
Critics. I will set the audience at a 23%.
Come on, audience. Let's go over.
Over, 25.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say 24, and I'd say, try to get that Kobe number. One
Oh,
over
well.
Jordan. Remember that line?
Yeah, that was Lil Wayne's.
I thought it was Kanye.
Oh, no, it is. Sorry, I was thinking.
I can't remember what song.
Lil Wayne
but-
actually wrote a song called Kobe, and it was good. But now I lost some respect for Wayne. He's all like,
Yeah.
for Trump, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
MAGA.
Yeah.
With Wheezy F, baby.
F is for fantastic.
Yeah, maybe if you would have endorsed him in 2007, we would have listened, but you're washed up, Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, let's be clear. Lil Wayne hasn't put out a good record in 10 years.
Yeah. I remember when he was everything.
Oh, he had a 5-year run where he was the hottest thing in hip hop, and the thing is, he kind of fucked up because he released so many mixtapes for free,
Right.
And that was some of his best work. And then now he's trying to make a rock album. It's total shit.
Yeah, well, so Kanye went super auto-tune and shit like that, and then Wayne
Kanye
tried
jumped
to
the
go-
shark too. It's
yeah.
like all of these mainstream rappers have this arc where they have the best part of their career, and then Lil Wayne makes a rock album. Kanye runs for president, and
They
they
wanna
jump the
try
fucking
something
shark.
new, yeah.
And now I don't like either one of them. I used to love Kanye. Kanye was my guy. Graduation was my favorite hip hop album growing up. He's also very mentally ill, so I don't try to hold that against him. But I don't like his new stuff.
I think once Donda West died, he just lost his mind.
He had a couple good records. I mean, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is
It's
a
a
good
great,
record.
yeah, it's a great record.
Yeezus is awful.
Life of Pablo.
Life
I
of
don't
Pablo,
even
it's
think I
good.
listened to
It's
it.
good. It's actually pretty good. And then he put out an EP called I Hate Being Bipolar. It's awesome. I have it on vinyl over there. Really good. Have you
Okay.
listened to it?
I think you've played.
Really good.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites since graduation. Anyway,
Real Buzz music.
yeah, well, Well, I thought we've been going on for forever. We've only been going on an hour 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah. IMDb?
Oh, shit. I didn't even look. Based on the critics and the other stuff, I'll say 4.6.
5.1.
All right. That wasn't far off.
No, not at all. My Reel Buzz ranking is a 6.3.
I would give it a 6.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Overall, I would definitely recommend watching this.
I would too. I actually have, since I've watched it, recommended a couple people watch it. So it's if you can,
if you're a fan of comedy and you understand the fact that they're satirizing an entire genre, but very subtly, not overtly, it's very interesting and fun to
go
watch.
into it with an open mind, realizing that what they were doing. I think you'll enjoy this movie.
I do too, and that's an endorsement from Reel Buzzed Robb.
Yeah, and Cannabis Keenan.
Well, I guess we can end the episode. What do you think?
I guess we can. Yeah, Chiefs game's at 7 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, no, we got 7 more hours.
Yeah, not too long to go.
God, I hope I'm not too drunk.
Yeah, well,
It'll
happen.
Well, thank you again for listening to another edition of Reel Buzz Takes. We are the Reel Buzz crew. Keenan, take us out.
We review the best of the best. Yeah.
Original.
We are the Reel Buzz crew, and we review the best of the worst for you.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Real G stay silent like lasagna.